Yo, what's good with it, y'all? And we back. It's your boy, Hiz Will, with the Peace and More Hair Grease podcast. Today we'll be discussing the new movie with Halle Berry that is called Never Let Go. So we'll be discussing that. Let me just check and make sure. Um, Let me make sure I got everything going on here. Let me just check something. Hold on. What's good, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome. Hold on. Let me just check something. Hold on. Make sure. All right, we're just checking the audio and stuff, making sure. I'm gonna make sure we got y'all so y'all can hear what's going on. Hold on. Let's see. We're gonna have to. No, that's just okay. Let's do this. Yo, what's good with it, y'all? All right, and then so I want to see if you guys can hear this. Hold on. I'm just testing some stuff out. Let me make sure y'all can hear this. Hold on. Just like 1994. Let's see. I want to make sure. From one side, the Big 12 opener comes down to this play. Sanders gets the feet set from the end zone for the game. Oh wow! Wow, that was a good pass. Let me see if you guys can. I just want to see if you guys can hear that. Hold on. Let's see if we can hear what's going on. Yeah, there we go. Let's see if we then. Wow, that was a good. Hold on. Let's see if we All right. All right. So we good. All right, we got it. All right. So let's zip on over here. So what's up, y'all? For those that are here, let's get back to my regular screen here. Yeah, so today we're going to be discussing Never Let Go. So I, of course, my family, they all chickened out. But it's all good. The wifey, she don't like uh horror movies anyway, so um it's all good. Hey, what is going on here? Okay, here we go. Let me just pull this up for y'all to see. That's for those of you who's rocking with me. So we'll do this. Boom, boom, don't. Let's see. View image here. All right. And then we'll do let's bring this back down. Yeah. All right. So this is what we're going to be discussing today. As far as uh oh no, not that, wrong screen. Sorry. Uh let's dun, 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 dun. Yeah, but anyway, y'all know what it is. So Never Let Go. It's the movie that just came out Friday. Stars Halle Berry. Um and basically she's a single mother, raising two kids. and they live in this remote house somewhere, like it's out in the middle of the woods or somewhere. I don't know where this place take. Did I? Maybe I wasn't paying attention to where it takes place, but uh, it looks like it takes place in somewhere in the woods, Appalachian Mountains, something like one of these mountain towns. As you'll see, I'm gonna try not to give spoilers here. I'm gonna try not to give spoilers. It was a pretty good movie. I would say it was creepy. It was creepy. Um, Only because some of the scenes, stuff is jumpy, and and I always used to think something is wrong with me because when those jump scenes come, I don't be jumping. And I always thought that was something maybe wrong with me, something wrong with my reflexes or something. I'll feel it in my body, but my body won't react. I'll feel like my hair stand up, or that inside me, that creep factor that make you, that feeling that you get, just push the hair, that make your hair stand up on your body and stuff. And it's like you get that feeling that come over like, ooh, that's some creepy stuff. Ooh, but and that's basically what what took place. When as far as I should say the creep factor there. But like I said, it takes place in the woods. She's raising her two boys, and in order to keep her her and herself safe from the evil that's out there, they have to wear they tie these ropes around their waist. So they go out and excuse me. So they go out and they pilgrim pilgrimage pillage. They go out and pillage for food, because they're just coming out of a tough winter, and winter tore them up. Killed all the crops. The animals haven't came back yet, so they're trying to scratch and scrape anything they can get. Frogs. They're eating tree bark with some sap, stir fried in a pot to eat that. They crunching and doing all that. I'm just wondering, like, man, when they swallow, what about all those splinters and stuff? But um, eating worms, and it's all kind of different things that they're trying to scrape together. They had this bountiful supply of food and stuff from what they were doing before, and then obviously it ran out. And then what I like about how the movie is, as it progresses, you can see the faces, they start to get real sunken in, like almost like those dark rings around the eyes, like you starving to death basically. And they, of course, they had the water and stuff coming from the well. Everything was like old school. That had nothing, and she was protecting them from saying when the world is all evil now. And dang, how can I say without trying not to give spoilers, but it's an interesting twist. It's things I didn't expect that was gonna happen that happened. Um, and you're gonna trip out too, because I was like, wow, I wasn't expecting that to happen. But you'll figure out what's going on. I can't say it because it's gonna give away the whole movie, and I don't want to do that. It's gonna give away the whole premise of the movie. Um, there was some creepy. It was some creepy scenes. It was a slow burn, definitely a slow burn. Um, building up to something, but it was it was cool. I mean, like I said, there was some creep factor to it, but I didn't really think it was all that scary or anything like that. It just is what it is. So I wasn't really tripping off of it like that. Um, but like I said, it did provide the creep factor. It gives you that creepiness of, how could I say, The Ring. She crawling out the TV. When you watching those movies like The Exorcist stuff, and even the recent movie that was just out on Netflix, with Monique and all them in it. I forget what it's called, but yeah, just crawling up walls. You used to see that, and they crawling up walls, crawling down the steps, looking like spiders. It's that creepiness. That was it. That was a creepy. That was a part of creepy. I don't really know how much I can get into the movie without giving it away, but you guys got to go check it out. Like I said, it's a slow burn. It's pretty good. The premise, it just starts to taking turns and things start happening, and it's it's a mind bending type. I just say the mind is a powerful thing, and I'll leave it at that because if you go any further, it's pretty much going to give it away. And you guys got to, I like you guys to go check it out and look at it. But like I said, let's go over the premise. Halle Berry. I'll tell you some more about it. Husband passed, father passed. I know what I was saying. They're tied to the waist is tied with the rope. The rope is tied to the house, and the house is blessed. And because as long as you are on that rope connected to the house, you'll be safe from the evil. The evil can't get you, as they said. That's the and never let go. So they have these things that they do when they get up. So first they get up, get ready to go out and uh what did I say? It wasn't pilgrimage. I'm not used to using that. Pillage. So they get up in the morning, go out and pillage in the forest and look for things to eat, and they go out to a certain distance. Um and everything's attached to the house. Now a situation happens where the woods and stuff they be playing mind games with you, plays tricks on you. So what happens is there's a particular time, and I'll tell you this, particular time that the boys they was out looking for stuff and doing stuff. Holly Berry, the mom, she was in there skinning a squirrel that one of the kids had caught, so they can have some good food that night. And the forest is whispering things like she loves me more. And the brother, there's a light skin. I'm just gonna say like this light skin and a darker skin brother. The lighter skinned one was like, "What did you say?" I didn't say anything. And so he started walking. His rope was dragging, and the light skin, he's younger by maybe a couple minutes, but um he stepped on the rope, causing it to snag, and his brother rolls down the hill. Um the rope falls off of him and he falls into in between a rock and a hard place. I know that sounds crazy, but it was a rock and like um a tree root, one of the big roots, snaps his ankle. He's laying down there. He's looking in the woods and he's starting to hear something getting closer and closer. They have these whistles that they have um so they can whistle. Somebody's in trouble, so they blowing the whistle, and Holly Berry's coming running and running and running and running, and then you see um basically a dead person. Now Holly Berry, she's the only one that can see him. They can't see it, but she can see it. Um and so she comes there, and this particular person was her mom, um that was in the forest and trying to get to the kids. And um he she grabs him, they pull him up the hill, she gets the rope, she wraps the rope around and the person is lurking all around, like right up in her face, but they can't touch him because they're wrapped together in that rope. And so they go in, and then so what happens now, they have to do a cleansing process. So basically they come in, they say this prayer, they touch the floor, um with this engraving in it, and it's blessed. So that you have to touch some wood on the house. So the house is pretty much made out of wood, so it's blessed. So there's different areas in the house where you can touch, and so they touch that, say the prayers, the cleansing prayer, and also to check to make sure they didn't touch you, because much like the vampire movies, if you invite them in a house, you can't do anything. How they say, I don't know if y'all remember Lost Boys. That's the perfect example of inviting a vampire in the house. So you can't none of the stuff will work if you invite them in. And if you don't invite them in and you do like holy water or something, and it burns their skin, stuff like that. If you splash it on them, well, similar to that, if you're saying the prayer and you're touching the wood in the house because it's a blessed house, then that demon will come out of you or whatnot if you've been touched. And so, they do that, and then there's a floorboard where they were touching the floor. They open that up in there. You can lay down in there, and they close the door. And what they do is that's the cleansing box or whatever. So they would be basically, uh, they'll basically be in there for a while, and they have to let the evil leave them. So they fill the box, what it's called, they're filling the box with their love, and it pushes all the evil out. So you visualize the evil, what's going on, and you fill that space with love while you're in there, and you're supposed to get all that, whatever's bad, out of it, because your love will conquer it. And hold on just a second. Oh, yeah. And your love will conquer it. And so it's kind of like a cleansing. So if religious things like that, if you ever been in a place or been involved in, you know, praying for individuals that are, after a revival or something, you see people on the ground, you see it all the time where they're really getting demons and stuff coming out of them. They might be throwing up, yelling, cursing, voice changes. I've seen that stuff before. I've prayed with people like that. But when you do stuff like that, you have to do a cleansing prayer to cleanse the whatever spirits that may have you've prayed out can get on you or attached to you. So you have to pray that cleansing prayer to get out of it. And that's similar. That's basically what the box does. And so if you're and that helps you, cleanse, and everything is anchored to that house that her dad built and blessed. And so, man, I just wanted to say some stuff, but as you get through the movie, you'll find out more and more of how the story starts revealing and how certain things happened. And they had visits from the dad, but again, only she can see him, and you can see the changes in the story unfolding, because I was really interested on what was going on, and it didn't disappoint in that. And I think that it was a pretty good movie. It was a pretty good movie. It wasn't really scary like that, but like I said, it was creepy, some jumpiness in it. But I was just intrigued I wanted to see what was going on, like what's going on. Oh, and also, of course, when everything starts happening is when one of the boys, the lighter skinned one, starts to doubt and say, is this really real? Or what if there's other people out there? Or what do you do? Like, we're starved, we can go out and see. He tried to convince his brother to go, but no, that didn't happen. And it was all kind of different stuff. He brought out one of them Polaroids and told her, they was like, what's that? They didn't know what that was because they'd been born there, sheltered, never left the forest. That's how they grew up, from that. And she left the city, blah, blah, all that kind of stuff that you'll get into. I don't want to give the whole backstory, but get the gist of what's going on, of why they're there. There was also another movie where it took place in the forest. It was from back in the day, and I forget what it was. Um, but it was like a whole different world inside the forest, and they couldn't go outside of the forest because there's these monsters in robes or something with these long Wolverine looking claw things. If you go out there, they'll get you. And eventually the girl, she's like, man, forget this, I'm gonna bust through. And she got through, and then she comes out the forest, pops over this brick wall, and all of a sudden there's regular life going on now. I don't know. That's kind of what was going on, how they were, how the premise of them, being sheltered. So they don't know what's going on in the outside world. They don't even know where they're at. And so is the mom lying or is she not? You guys need to be the judge of that. And you can go ahead and y'all can go ahead and do that. So that is it for the review. And like I said, I give the movie it was a good 7 out of 10, because the creep factor, the story was intriguing, it was different. So I'll give that I'll give it that. And now this concludes the podcast on my end on here for you guys that are listening with just the audio. If you are watching live, we're going to switch to some of the other news and go on from there for the visual, and then and you guys can go on and check out the YouTube page, the Peace and Mohair Grease, and it'll pop up, and then you guys can check the videos and what the other things we're gonna be going on. So like I always say, is peace and mohair grease. You dig? Ooh-wee. And I'm out like a sprout, no doubt. All right. All right, y'all. So just bear with me while I transition. Let's see. This was, let me transition in back into our live. So we'll be looking at some other news. Episode 3. Okay. All right. So let's turn that off and then we'll go back here. All right. So now let's bring this back up and let's just take a look at some of the. So it looks like it was a nail biter. So let's go on other news. Let's talk about some other things of what's happening or what's going on. It looks like the Colorado, they were playing Baylor, and it looks like, from what I was seeing, it looks like Travis Hunter and Shador had a excellent game here. Looked like it was a good game too. And wow. And Travis Hunter, boy, this brother is going to the NFL. Definitely. Let's take a look at this play and see. Yeah, I'll take a look at this play and see what's going on. Let's look at this.
If this call stands, then Colorado wins. This will be a good look. That ball is out on contact.
Oh yeah.
Play Travis Hunter. Face on football.
Ooh. If he had held on to that ball.
Not breaking the plane.
Nope, it didn't break the plane.
Certainly from that angle, we can't tell, but that's why the initial ruling is so big. The initial call, as soon as that ball goes out, it's a touchback.
Let's see. Wow. Well, yeah, this looked like it was an exciting game, but I was watching the Halle Berry movie, so I didn't get to catch it because I was working out and then came back to see this. But look at this.
Right here, this is the look. That ball is out on contact. You can see
the
goal line, it's loose. That's a fumble.
Yeah.
And the previous plays, the two stars are
if this call stands,
that is wild. Let's look and see what else is going on. To see some other videos. Let's see. Fumbled. That was a fumble Rooski. And they won in overtime. Boy, that's crazy. They beat them 31. They beat them 38-31. Wow. Take over a Big 12 game. So who? I want to make sure. Oh, yeah, it is Baylor. Okay. Wow. That's, yeah. Oh, let me take it down because sometimes some of these posts be some stuff on the timeline. Be looking at football and all of a sudden some, inappropriate will pop out. Wow. So let's see who else is trending here. LeBron James. What's going on here? I did see some pictures that was floating around and LeBron wearing a mage, but that was AI. You know how people, this stuff, you can't believe anything. You can't believe anything these days, especially with this AI and these deep fakes and all this kind of stuff. Yeah, man, it's. it's definitely, you can't believe anything you say these days. So, of course, we know everybody in the news, of course, is the Diddy stuff. And I'm sure you've been overwhelmed by it and seen everything that's been going on with Diddy in the trial. They denied his bail and, found all these different, you know, found all these different things that's been going on. Um, Baby oil and guns and drugs and whatever else they be finding. But hey, it is what it is. Um, we just had to wait and see what's going on. They said the latest news was he was on suicide watch, which was, I don't know, or unalive watch. Let me say that for YouTube, because we don't know. That was something similar to, Feinstein. When he was in, when he went in and suddenly he came out on a cart. So, I hope nothing like that is going on. Definitely don't want anything like that to go on. There's some things that he did do that was, everybody saw the tape. You know what I'm saying? So that right there is crazy. But the other charges and the trafficking and all that type of stuff, I mean, I've heard different opinions, and some of the stuff, it does make sense, but there's some things that was done that he, got a right for. I'm sure he has a lot of names and people at these freak offs. That's just that's a part of human nature. They, you know, they just be doing stuff. I don't know what to tell you. It's politicians, it's celebrities and politicians everywhere that's probably doing a lot of stuff. So, you know, so, that was the latest news and things of that nature. So, mainly I just wanted to sit and talk about the movie, and we will be back as we get some more news. And as I'm getting things rolling here, I'll get a little bit better at, getting topics, doing all that type of stuff. So you guys make sure y'all be safe out there. Y'all have a wonderful and blessed evening. And like I always say, y'all, it's peace and more hair grease. You dig? Ooh wee. And I'm out like a sprout, no doubt.